You just wrapped a movie, I think, days ago with one of my favorite characters of all time, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
You gotta tell me,
Governor of California. Yeah.
You know what I always do? I forget. He's in these commercials now for that video game. Have you seen
Which
those?
video game?
Yeah, the video game where he's dressed as a general and he's like, get the troops ready. And I forget that he was the governor of California. He was, but what's he like?
He was awesome. My husband is directing this film. He wrote it and he's starring in it. And Arnold was kind enough to be a part of it. And he was awesome. I mean, my husband's a first-time director, and Arnold was so kind.
Nice.
And listened to him. And,
right.
And was very funny. It's an action comedy, so it's nice to see him doing some more.
He is a funny guy.
Yeah.
In the past when I interviewed him, he was I was like, oh yes. And I've always heard he was funny. I've heard that he loves to like mention his catchphrases from all of his movies. Most people would be like, oh my God, I don't want to do that.
But they're really cool catchphrases,
I don't want to do that.
Be fair.
But is that true that he does that?
I didn't have that experience with him. I wish I did, because that would be amazing.
I've had friends tell me that he'd be like, well, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back. And everyone's like, that's really good. And then he's like, I'm gonna go get a muffin. I'll be back. All right, you did that.
No, just the only time that he did this really cool move, which was when we were setting up a shot and we were all kind of waiting for a while. He'd just go, and then that meant we should go. Like we start rolling.
Right.
So he just had this power just to be like, and you're like, Arnold is saying, we're gonna go.
And so it begins.
You do a good Arnold.
One of my favorite encounters with a celebrity ever was years ago. I'm in a coffee shop. It's early in the morning. I'm really tired. I haven't woken up yet. And I get my cup of coffee, and I'm in Manhattan. We're doing the late night show there, and I'm sitting there having coffee. And all of a sudden, I realize there's someone waiting to get his coffee, and I look over, and just then, Arnold Schwarzenegger looks down at me, and we're looking at each other, and he goes, well, you know, he knew me, and I had interviewed him. And he just goes like, I go like, oh, hi, how you doing, Arnold? He goes, it's good to see you, Conan, how are you? And I went, good to see you. And then we had nothing to say to each other. And you can tell it's early, and both of us are trying to think, and Arnold's thinking, and then he just looks at me and he goes, coffee in the morning is good. And I said, yeah, no, coffee, it helps, it's good. And then there was a pause, and he looked at me and he went, helps wake you up.
Coffee commercial I've ever
really
heard
good. Now, speaking of incredibly famous people on this planet, your co-star in the new Jack Reacher film, Mr. Tom Cruise.
Yes.
You on Twitter, you call him Tommy.
Tommy. Did I call him Tommy on Twitter?
You called him Tommy on Twitter, and I was thinking, you don't do that to his face, do you?
Yes. I call
him Tommy?
Yeah, I call him Tommy and Tom and Thomas. I don't call him
Tomaroonie? Do you muscle his hair when you do that?
Get a weird.
Hiya, Tommy, how you doing?
I do. He's the best. He's the best. Yes, we shot this movie and we got along so well. And he is the nicest man. So I feel like I can call him Tommy. I haven't heard that it's not okay to call him Tommy.
It's not okay.
From you, okay? Now, thank you for telling me. Thank you. I've obviously made a grave mistake.
There are 9 robots coming to get you.